Hi, I'm Camille Kirksey, the founder of World Homeschoolers Day, the only holiday that celebrates homeschoolers worldwide. This year, the holiday offers free events and giveaways brought to you by our generous sponsors, one of whom you're going to meet right now. I'd like to welcome Janna from BookShark, and she's going to share with us today. Janna, thanks for being here.
Camille, thanks for having me. I am super excited about this year's holiday and to be a sponsor of the World Homeschoolers Day.
So, introduce yourself, tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do over at BookShark.
So, as you said, my name is Janna Koch. I am the community manager over at BookShark. And really, what that means is they have tasked me with this beautiful responsibility of helping to create community online because we know that our homeschooling is not just an insular community anymore, that we are not only just in the nation, but we're worldwide. And so, in order to connect families who feel like they're kind of doing it on their own, we have created a platform on Facebook, through a podcast, through YouTube to help get information to people and connect people so that they know that they have a community, even if it's not something that they can walk outside their door and connect with.
Love it, love it. So, in a nutshell, can you tell us about BookShark and the products and services that they offer?
This is my favorite question to answer. So, BookShark is a fully planned, literature-based 4-day-a-week curriculum. We offer history, language arts, and science, and then we partner with 4 different companies to create an all-subject package if that is what your family is looking for. But we also can a la carte our subjects individually if you're just looking for something in particular. It's a literature-based fully planned that got me hooked when I started using it in 2016, and I'm finishing up my 7th year in my home using BookShark.
Wow, that's a testament because as homeschoolers, we jump around when we need to. So when you find something that works, you stick with it. That's awesome. So, of all those products and services you offer, what's your favorite?
I think the most current offering is our BookShark Virtual, which is still using all of our good literature. You still get the books. It's not 100% online, but what is online is the assessments, is the record keeping. So my daughter at 13 has really gained independence in her homeschool by using our virtual, and I can be working and doing something like this with you, and I will get a ding on my phone as she is turning in her assignments knowing that she is getting something done. Because Camille, honestly, before that, I would get so wrapped up in what I was doing and she would just do her own thing. And then at 5 o'clock at night, I'd want to go check her work and, oh, I forgot to do that. So this online platform has really helped both give her accountability and me peace of mind as I am a working part-time mom who tries to homeschool at the same time.
I love that. That is definitely helpful when you get those emails and those pings, like they're still on it, even though you're not right there. It is peace of mind for sure. What do you love most about serving the homeschooling community?
I love when a parent is unsure if this is something they could even do, that they don't have the confidence, they feel like they don't have the tools needed to give their children a quality education at home. And I believe that when a parent discovers those tools that are out there, just connecting people with what is available and seeing their confidence build, and truly just saying to parents, I know that you can do this. Let me show you how. That to me is makes my all the work worthwhile.
Absolutely. And being empowered and then empowering others is such a joy. It's a gift, really. So, yeah, I love that. What kind of advice would you give homeschoolers looking for a full curriculum, even a virtual option that you guys offer?
My first thing that comes to mind is that the beauty of homeschool is being able to connect with our children on every level, not just emotionally giving them the support that they need or physically giving the house that they need to live in, but then giving them an education that you can be proud of, that you know that you have vested interest in because you know your child best. So using a curriculum that is literature based, where you find that the books are there, that is building empathy in your children, that's giving them a global mind, that it's not just about our community outside of our doors, but that we are connected to the world. And I think that BookShark does a great job doing that. But as a homeschool parent, that is so important to me, that my kids know that there is more than just us. There's more than just this.
Hmm. When you're able to have curriculum that partners with not just the academic checklist, but like the character checklist and just the lifelong learning checklist, that is a gift because it does not happen like that all the time. So that is wonderful. What are the top three ways that Bookshark helps homeschoolers?
Number one, we have done the hard work. We've created the curriculum. We understand that parents that are coming into homeschool don't necessarily have a traditional education background. And that's a big fear. Even if you do have an education background, you're typically specialized in either a certain subject or a certain age range. So we have done the work of putting it together and handing it off to the parent and saying, here is your guide. Here is a way that you can walk your children through education from ages 4 to 18 using good literature. The other thing is that we have put together all the books. So because we're literature based, we're not just talking about a specific stale subject. We are using living history, biographies, historical fiction to create an emotional attachment for children to really understand and get inside the things that are happening, whether it be history or when you're writing or even science. And then I think the last thing is the flexibility of being able to use our curriculum with multiple students. So you don't have to do separate subjects with every child and every level. I had three, I would never even have touched that. I'm sure there are parents who really want to do that with their kids, and I commend them. That's not my personality. I'm like, I would rather work less and enjoy more. And
Mhm.
so being able to use it with multiple children in multiple ages and adapting it to your family, the 4 days a week is phenomenal because I
Mhm.
don't know about you, but I was the type of homeschool mom that's like, get your written work done so we can go live life and learn outside of the books.
Mhm. Absolutely. Finding out that 4 day a week, sometimes 3 day a week, depending on the season, is just everything because you just customize it and yeah, it's like let's get it done, kiddos. Let's knock it out so we can do other things for sure. It's awesome. Why don't you share something that homeschoolers don't know about Bookshark?
I have found as I go to homeschool conventions and talk to homeschooling parents that they are unaware of the support that Bookshark actually offers. So we have online support on Facebook. And then we have our Instagram, but I really feel like community where you can kind of go back and forth and post like and interact is a little bit more available on Facebook. But my kids call me a boomer, so that just might be how I use things.
Yeah.
But that support and that community building, we do have homeschool advisors that are available Monday through Friday that I mean, we're homeschool moms ourselves that use the program, but we're really in it. We're not sitting in an office behind a computer at a phone bank taking questions. Like we're going to be honest with you, which may be a detriment some days, we need to be authentic. And I love that about Bookshark is that they're only having homeschool advisors that are using the program, that have been through it, that are currently doing it. And that's really important to me to partner with a company that does that. And then finally, our podcast. I love the freedom of hosting the podcast Homeschool Your Way, that it's not just about Bookshark. It's a variety of topics. It's really the goal is to encourage parents as they are doing the very hard thing of home education, but knowing that there are people out there that are struggling too. I mean, I'm so honest that my kids are they're like, you're cringy. And I'm like, I am, but that's the kind of thing that people need to see that the Instagram reels of the perfect day, I love watching them, but that's not my life. And if that was all there was, I could feel like a failure. But when we get together with other people who offer different products and can enhance the homeschool experience and keep reminding people, this is your journey. You get to do it how it works for you. It's okay that somebody else is doing it a different way and it's working for them, but you don't have to follow that model if it doesn't work for you. And that's very freeing.
Oh, absolutely. That's something I'm very big on. Obviously, you know that. Probably people that's listening to this that know me know that. It's all about your journey, and even not even so much. just the homeschool journey as a parent who is growing and learning. And homeschooling really shines a light on things that we can do better and things that we do well. So, yeah, absolutely. I'm right there with you. Why does having diverse and inclusive products and service matter?
It matters because when we have a clear representation of all peoples of America and the world, it really creates an environment of understanding and empathy. It connects people on a basic human level instead of us versus them. And I believe that when we know better, we can do better. And if we can help the next generation with that motto and having them embrace it and take it on as their own, we can see change not only in our own home, in our own community, but that will change the world.
What inspires BookShark to do what it does?
I believe that the quality instruction for families who choose to homeschool. I mean, we know that there are people who want to create their own curriculum. They want to piecemeal everything together. They are very artistic and creative. And I don't have scientific numbers, but I know I do not fall into that camp. So I love that somebody has done that and has not only the history of why it's worked and the science behind it, and then they've put it together concisely and have given it to me. And it's just a guide. So it allows for flexibility. So it's not, I'm behind, I haven't done everything. I should feel like a failure because it says I should be this far and we're not this far. Like, yeah, that's okay. Like, are you enjoying your children? Are you guys learning? Do you see progress? Well, I think that's what we were created for, is to help come alongside families and partner with them and say, here's a roadmap. We hope that it gets you we know it will get to you to where you want to go, but how you choose to use it is why we created it the way that we did. And I think preparing the next generation with critical thinking and the love of learning there's no price you can put on that.
For sure, absolutely. You said everything. You said everything there. You encapsulated what so many people homeschool for. So to have a curriculum that understands that, because you all are homeschoolers. It's not a random, tech company coming up with things that they think. These are based on your customers, listening to them, as well as you all being homeschoolers, using the products so you understand. That's awesome. So, what can people expect from your company next?
I think that people can always expect that we are learning more and doing better. So we will constantly update as books come out that we feel are a better fit with the pulse of homeschool community, a better fit with what's going on in our world as we expand our own knowledge. Then we don't have to say it's always been done this way and we refuse to change things. I think BookShark is innovative that way, constantly reevaluating what we've put out there and how it can be improved. We are working on new levels at the same time that we are improving the levels that we have. We've just released 2 high school levels this year. So that's always exciting for people who want to look into the future and say, will you be available for us as we move on in our homeschool journey? So right now we are able to start at 4 and go through 18, depending on how you use our program. We're always expanding our virtual side so that it does meet the needs of the new type of homeschooler, the one whose parents might work part-time, but maybe both of them are full-time. And as their children gain independence, we want to be able to make sure that we're giving them a platform where they can have quality education and still have that tenet of literature-based, but knowing that technology constantly changes, that we can stay up with those kind of things too.
So, is there anything else you'd like to share with our audience?
I would just say if you haven't looked at BookShark and recently, we have updated our science. Super excited that we have stayed true to being a literature-based science program, but we have put together a kit and a science experiment book for you to do 36 weeks of science experiments. We give you everything that you need to do it, unless it's a household item. We give you step-by-step instructions on how to do those science experiments. Because Camille, I don't know if you guys love science. It was kind of a iffy subject for me. And do we really need to do it? It's super important at the younger years. but seeing the excitement of going through those experiments, especially when they work out. Now, when they don't work out, that's the beauty of science, right? You have
Right.
to go back and try again and make your observations.
Mhm.
But the learning that's happening at, not only just the academic level of you're reading through the books, but now they get to put their hands into it and try it out for themselves. And you and I both know that that type of curriculum experience and learning helps solidify their
Mhm.
love of it.
So where can people find BookShark online?
So we are at bookshark.com. We are on Facebook. You can find us on Instagram. Our podcast, Homeschool Your Way, is available on all the platforms. And we do have webinars on YouTube. We have a channel, which is BookShark.
Awesome. Janna, thanks so much for sharing with us today and for BookShark being a 2023 World Homeschoolers Day sponsor.
Thank you, Camille.